Good afternoon and welcome to NTV News. I'm Siksha Sharma. Let's take a look into the headlines first. Ordinance brought to criminalize loan sharking becomes defunct. Prime Minister says opposition's protest in Parliament is to divert attention from passing the bill. Government puts preparedness plan to minimize monsoon-related disasters. Rescue team put on high alert. Suspected gas leak leaves 16 dead in South Africa. Victims, including women and children, die from gas inhalation. And defending men's champion Novak Djokovic and women's top seed Iga Swiatek win in straight sets to enter round 3 of the Wimbledon. Welcome back to NTV News. We take a look into news in detail. Now, the ordinance brought to criminalize loan sharking by replacing the loan shark bill has become defunct as it meets the 60 days deadline to pass. The replacement bill was made after both houses approved the ordinance introduced by the government regarding loan sharking. The replacement bill was passed by the National Assembly on Friday. The ordinance was issued to amend some Nepal laws related to the Civil Code on May 3rd last year to prevent the situation related to loan sharking. In the ordinance, provision was made to give justice to the victims of loan sharks and to punish the fraudsters. A meeting of the National Assembly is taking place today. The meeting of the National Assembly on Wednesday was obstructed by lawmakers of the opposition parties demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal for what they said Prime Minister's irresponsible statement. UML lawmakers obstructed the meeting, objecting to the recent statement of Prime Minister Dahal. NA Chairperson Ganesh Prasad Timasena postponed the meeting till Thursday afternoon, according to the Federal Parliament Secretariat. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs NEB SE Shrestha said obstructing Parliament, calling for Prime Minister's resignation was against the parliamentary values. At a press conference organized by Press Centre Nepal in Chitwan chapter this morning, the Deputy Prime Minister claimed demanding resignation of elected Prime Minister was against parliamentary values. Shrestha expressed his confidence that the political parties obstructing the Parliament would help operate the Parliament business, claiming that the Prime Minister did not make statement noting there was India's support in making him the Prime Minister. Minister Shrestha said Prime Minister Dahal himself would make it clear. The Prime Minister is elected from the Parliament in the democratic governance system as per the Constitution, the DPM argued, adding they were ready to accept the Constitution's stipulated option. In a different note, he said, though through the ordinance against loan sharks was nullified, the task of dispensing justice to the victims would continue. The government-formed commission and the facilitation committee in the district would carry forward its tasks to deal with loan sharking, the Deputy Prime Minister said. The deadline given by Chief of Koshi Province Parshuram Khapung to the parties to form a new government is expiring today. Chief Minister Khapung, in line with Article 167(2) of the Constitution, had given time to the parties until 5 p.m. today to submit claims for the formation of the new government. Nepali Congress, CPN Mao Centre, CPN US and Samajwadi Party have prepared to submit claims for the post of Chief Minister. The parties in the Central Coalition are making final efforts to bring Rashtriya Prajatantra Party on board to form a coalition. The parties in Central Coalition has already nominated Congress leader Uddhav Thapa as the Chief Minister. The government led by UML leader Hikmat Kumar Karki collapsed on July 30 after failing to get a vote of confidence from the Provincial Assembly. And we take a look into a short break here. More news follows up next. Do stay with us. Welcome back to NTV News. Towards other developments, the government has allocated restoration, relief and rehabilitation materials for the management of monsoon-induced disasters at 11 humanitarian aid centers established across the country. The Ministry of Home Affairs informed humanitarian aid centers have been established at Kathmandu, Biratnagar, Birganj, Bhairhava, Surkhet, Nepalganj, Thangari, Terathum, Mahottari, Baitari and Jumla. These centers are established to rescue and manage the disaster-affected citizens and rehabilitate them. Along with disaster preparedness materials, the government has mobilized teams for the immediate search, rescue and distribution of relief and rehabilitation of people affected by the monsoonal floods, landslides, fires, earthquakes and other monsoon-related disasters. In order to make action of disaster risk reduction and management effective, the government had prepared the National Disaster Risk Reduction Action Plan by implementing the National Response Action Framework 2075, prepared with the participation of 11 different ministries. The Nepal Rashtra Bank is issuing a Treasury bill worth 10 billion rupees today. The central bank has planned to issue the Development Treasury Bill 2086 on July 6 with a term of 6 years. It may be noted that the government uses the Development Treasury Bill as a tool to raise public debt. Banks and finances, non-bank and finance institutions, insurance companies and organized institutions and common people can purchase it. The coupon rate of the Treasury Bill will be determined by an auction through an online bidding. According to the NRB, the clearance of the interest will take place on a half-yearly basis. The bill could be put as a collateral for taking loans. The National Examinations Board (NEB) is set to publish the secondary school examinations SEE results today. The board has said its preparation for the publication of the SEE results has come to a final stage. With this, the results would be published by today evening. The board sources informed examination controller of the Examination Control Office, Vishnu Narayan Shrestha, said technical works including computer data entry and rechecking are being carried out after completing answer sheets checking. The board has decided to publish the results as per the system adopted in 2072 Bikram Sambat. Students can access the results through website, SMS and IVR. One can dial up to 1600 to access the SEE results, the board said. Also, the results are accessible through the NEB and Nepal Telecom websites. As many as 125,091 cattle infected with contagious lumpy skin disease were provided with treatment in 10 districts of Karnali province. According to the Karnali province government's Land Management, Agriculture and Cooperative Ministry, 9,901 cattle were provided inoculation service against lumpy skin. Lumpy skin disease has been widely spreading among the cattle in the province of late. Province Minister for Agriculture Bhim Prakash Sharma issued directive to the employees for bringing measures to check the disease. Issuing a press release, Acting Secretary of the Ministry Rajiv Bhuj said vaccination drive was gaining pace. Salyang district in the Karnali province saw the highest cases of lumpy skin among 34,328 cattle. As many as 429 cattle have been infected with the disease in Mugu. And let's take a look into yet another break. Stay with us for more updates. Welcome back, taking you to the international front, where a suspected nitrate oxide gas leak in South Africa has led to the deaths of 16 people, the officials say. The victims, including women and children, died from gas inhalation at an informal settlement in Boksburg, east of Johannesburg. Wednesday's leak has been linked to illegal gold mining in the area. Due to climate change, there are increasingly longer heat waves in India. Last month, several hundred people are believed to have died as a result, but heat waves are also bad for the economy. Large parts of eastern India saw a prolonged heat wave in June when experienced temperatures were high enough to be life-threatening, experts said. Parts of Bihar and West Bengal experienced continuous heat waves for 19 and 17 days respectively. Meteorological department said the conditions were deadly with the potential to kill thousands of vulnerable people. And a Russian rocket has hit an apartment building in the western Ukrainian city of Lviv, killing at least 4 people. Ukraine's interior minister has said. Lurkimenko added another 32 people were injured in what the mayor of Lviv said was one of the biggest attacks on the city's civilian infrastructure. President Vladimir Zelensky vowed a tangible response to the overnight assault by Russian terrorists, what he said. Russia's military has not commented on the reported attack. A quick look into the highlights of what's coming up next. Time for sports. Women's top seed Iga Swiatek outclassed Spain's Sara Sorribi's Tormo 6-2, 6-0 on Wednesday to sweep into the third round of Wimbledon with a dazzling display. The pole started a little slowly and dropped serve early, having broken her opponent but moved through the gears in what was her first match on centre court. Once the 22-year-old found her range with her lethal forehand, the four-times Grand Slam champion was unstoppable as she cruised to a tour-leading 40th win of the season. Another day, another milestone reached for Novak Djokovic as he racked up Grand Slam victory number 350 by dispatching Australia's Jordan Thompson at Wimbledon on July the 5th. The defending champion was given a thorough workout by Thompson, but always looked in control at the crucial moments as he won 6-3, 7-6, 7-5 to move into the third round. He joins Roger Federer and Serena Williams as the only players to have reached 350 wins at the slams, but the 36-year-old has his eyes firmly fixed onto the higher goals. And this brings us to the end of the bulletin. To wrap up, a quick reminder of the top stories. Ordinance brought to criminalize loan sharking becomes defunct. Prime Minister Dahal says opposition's protest in Parliament is to divert attention from passing the bill. Government puts preparedness plan to minimize monsoon-related disasters. Rescue team put on high alert. Suspected gas leak leaves 16 dead in South Africa. Victims, including women and children, die from gas inhalation. And defending men's champion Novak Djokovic and women's top seed Iga Swiatek win in straight sets to enter round 3 on Wimbledon. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead. Namaste.